Alright, so before we attempt to tackle fractions, what are the key words do you think we need to appreciate?
Improper, reciprocal, numerator, denominator, times, divide, times, plus,
Okay, so improper,
mix,
numerator, denominator, top-heavy fraction.
so it's not the same as improper.
It is, but sometimes it's important to know that there's another way of saying the improper fraction, top-heavy,
Mixed number.
mixed number. Let's give some examples. So like you said, 9 out of 5 would be top-heavy and improper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mixed number? Give me an example of mixed number.
2, 1 over 2.
2.5. Mixed number. Right. Denominator
Bottom number.
is bottom. Numerator is the top number. Actually, if you think about it, x over b is actually same as x divided by b, because the division sign, you got something at the top and something at the bottom, right? And the other point to make here is that if you look at 2.5, now you should know how to turn the mixed number into improper fraction. Do you know how to do that?
2 times 2 plus 1.
Right. So we usually do 2 times 2 plus 1 over 2, and that is equal to 4
5.
plus 1 over 2, which is 5 over 2. Right. But that is a technique and a method, and sometimes people don't always understand why we did what we did. And actually, if you want to understand this number, this is 2 whole and a half. And the 2 whole, you can see this. If you have 2 over 2, that's 1 whole. 2 over 2, that's 2 whole, plus half. Can you see 2 over 2 gives you 1 whole? 2 over 2 gives you another 1 whole, plus a half. And that will give you 2.5. So that's another way of understanding a mixed number. Is that okay?
Yep.
Alright, so back to our question then. Alright, so imagine now we have a fraction, I'm just going to make this up, 4 3/4 divided by 1 1/3. Now here we got a set of mixed numbers. You have to remember this rule. When we divide fractions, what is one key rule that we use?
Reciprocal.
That doesn't tell me anything. What do you mean by
You have to
reciprocals?
switch out. You have to switch the denominator with the numerator.
Right. So reciprocal is the key word. So what's reciprocal of 3?
1 over 3.
Right. This 3 here, can you see? Actually, it's 3 over 1.
Yep.
So the reciprocal of 3 over 1 is 1 over 3. Right. What's the reciprocal of 4?
1 over 4.
1 over 4. Because that's 4 over 1. What's the reciprocal of half?
2 over 1. 2.
Which is 2. Good. You follow me now? Right. So what's the reciprocal of 1 1/3?
1. 3.
Well, don't you think it will be useful if you can turn that into an improper fraction first? So what's the improper fraction of 1 1/3?
4.
3 times 1
It's 4.
plus 1 is 4
Over 3.
over 3. So the reciprocal of 4 over 3 is
3 over 4.
3 over 4. Okay, good. Right, so before we can attempt to work this out, what's the first thing we do?
Expand.
Turn into a
Turning to mixed fraction.
You need, right.
Improper fraction.
I go expand, I go other answers. You really need to think a few seconds before you give me an answer. Right, what do you mean by expand?
Make it top heavy.
Okay, it's not expanding, you're using the wrong term here. Make these mixed numbers into top-heavy fraction. So how are we going to do that?
4 4 times 4 plus 3.
So 16 plus 3,
19. 4.
good. Divided by
4.
4 over 3. And the next step is what?
You have to switch over the 4 with the 3.
We take the reciprocal of 4 over 3 and then
And you have to times 19 by 4.
and we multiply. That's the rule of dividing fraction. It's actually very, very easy. We have to now use the rule of multiplying two fractions. What's the rule of multiplying two fractions?
You just
You
times
have to time everything.
Timesing everything. So I times 19 by 4,
No.
4 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 19.
Numerator
numerator
by
times
numerator.
numerator.
Okay, so you need to be quite clear in your words, okay? Timesing everything means it's confusing. What do I do? Times everything. Right, so product of the numerator and product of the denominator. Product means when I multiply the two numbers together. So that would be 19 times 3 over 4 times 4. Now, a lot of us find this difficult, strangely enough. 19 times 3. If you do find multiplying 2 digit with 2 digit, or in this case 1 digit, I would advise you to use the grid method. Decompose 19 into 10 and 9. And then obviously you got 3 there. 3 times 10 is 30. And then you got, what's that?
27.
27.
27. So therefore 30 plus 27 gives you 57. Use the grid method. It's very, very useful. Right, so we got 57 out of 16. It is an improper fraction. Okay, so how many 16 goes into 57?
3.
3 less of 16 is what?
Yeah. 48.
Okay, correct?
Yep.
What's the remainder?
9. 16.
16. Now can we simplify this even more?
Yeah, no, no.
What about 9 out of 16? 9 16th. Can you simplify 9 16th?
Can't divide 16 by 3.
Nope, you can't. And that is it. Well done. Here is a question for you to do. In few seconds, I will reveal the answer.